This show is clean, pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 785. Hello, it's Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on earth, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Today I have part 2 of my Into an interview with guitarist Mary COBRA of the Detroit COBRAS. Plus we'll hear from Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, John Deere the engineer, and it's about time the UK went to the moon. Doctor Who's been there enough times. We'll find out about that news.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And on the last show, Madame Rutabaga shocked me. My name is Mike Matthews.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
That was an easy rhyme, and I have a birthday coming up this weekend. Maybe I should be shocked by Madame Rutabaga, and I wouldn't feel like it's the end, because I'm 46, not going to be too glad, and I want to party with people. But I feel so sad. I don't know. Just need to rethink this.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Maybe I will get together with some friends. You should be with your friends on your birthday.
Mike's
If not,
Daily
you should
Podcast.
go see Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah!
It's the #1 movie in the country. Wow. Yeah, birthday coming up. I remember I had some memorable birthdays. Oh, look who just walked in. Hello, Mike Matthews. It's Chely Shoehart, the jump supervisor. What was one of your memorable birthdays? Well, there was one where there was 2 women fighting over me. No, Mike Matthews, say it's not true. It is true. It was a weird situation where, I don't know, I must have been wearing good cologne that night or something, or maybe my hair was just perfect. I had hair then. Mike Matthews, I can't imagine that. Ha 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 ha. Chely, stop it. That's okay. Happy birthday, Mike Matthews. Thank you, Chely. Yeah, so that was a memorable one, and you know what? I ended up with neither one of them, so it doesn't matter. So when women fight over you, there's nobody wins. Look who just walked in. Oh, Mike, this is Floyd the Floorman! And this is John Deere the engineer. Mike, for your birthday, we would like to take you out. Oh, good. At least I've got something going on. Yeah, we're going to take you out. I mean, we're going to kill you is what we mean. By taking you out, we're going to kill you. No! I don't want to be killed on my birthday. That's so Logan's Run-ish. Mike, we're just kidding. Yeah, we thought we'd try and intimidate you. Because Madame Rutabaga shocked you, we thought we would shock you a different way. Oh, thank you. This was shocking news. A British space venture is giving ordinary citizens the chance to leave their mark on the moon in a decade's time, while helping scientists scout a possible location for a permanent base there. This according to Reuters. Lunar Mission 1 launched a crowdfunding drive today to cover its startup costs. By mid-morning, organizers had raised about £74,000, according to the Kickstarter website, towards an initial target of £600,000 they aim to reach within a month. That's about $940,000. More than 750 people signed up within hours, with funders asked to pledge at least £60 for a digital memory box in which their messages, pictures, videos, and via a strand of hair, DNA will be carried into space and then buried in a capsule on the moon. The founder of Lunar Mission 1, his name is David Iron, he says governments are finding it increasingly difficult to fund space exploration that is solely for the advancement of human knowledge and understanding as opposed to commercial return. Anyone from around the world can get involved for as little as a few pounds. Established by engineers and scientists with backing from University College London and science broadcaster Brian Cox. Let's hear it for Brian Cox. I don't know who the hell he is. The mission aims to send its unmanned module to the moon's unexplored South Pole within 10 years to see if it might be suitable for a base. Last year, China's unmanned spacecraft touched down on the moon in the first such soft landing since 1976. What do you think about going to the moon? What do you think about your birthday? What do you think about Dumb and Dumber 2? Have you seen it? Is it any good? Well, let me know. You can email me, MIKEs-DAILY-Podcast at gmail.com. Email me. We read your comments on the section emails from email. And then we often go, ooh, oh, interesting what people think. Yes, wow. Also, you can email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show or if you'd like to sponsor the show, MIKEs-DAILY-Podcast at gmail.com. And check out the website, MIKES-DAILY-Podcast.com, with links to where to listen to the show in iTunes. Subscribe to the show in iTunes, and you can comment on the show and rate the show. That helps our ranking, and more people find out about us if you do that. Another great way to support the show is liking the Facebook page. MIKES-DAILY-Podcast.com is where you can find the link to that. And like the Facebook page when I post a new show. Share it with your friends, and more people find out about us that way, too. There's also the Amazon link. Click on that when you're buying something this Christmas on Amazon or for someone's birthday. My birthday. When you're buying something, that helps us out a little bit. And we're so happy. We dance. We dance late into the night with an organ playing in the background. There's also links to where to find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spreaker, Mixcloud, Podomatic, Yelp, Tumblr, and Twitter. And all my past interviews are there at MIKES-DAILY-Podcast.com, as well as the blog and the daily podcast picture.
Into an interview.
Okay.
I'm speaking with Mary Cobra of the Detroit Cobras.
Yay.
Mary, don't kill me, but I've never been to Detroit.
You have never been to Detroit?
No.
You're not missing a damn thing.
What's it like now? How's it doing?
You know, it's having a splurge. It's having a infusion of a lot of businesses coming in. I mean, like it's like a money revolution is going, like a business revolution is happening right now. Like people are buying, because there's so many abandoned buildings and there's so much land that a lot of people are buying and building and making things. There's a lot of like little shops opening up, which is kind of cool, but it's also displacing a lot of what makes Detroit really good, which is like the people. So there's a lot of people coming in that don't really live in Detroit, but and it's also like a lot of downtown is being bought by two people only, which kind of bugs me, because I think that's just a little too much for me. But other than that, I mean, it's the same old Detroit. It's just getting a little crazy, though. Like, it's like we still have substandard living, but now the cops are getting a little crazier than usually. Before, it was like, as long as you stay out of trouble, you're okay. Now it's like, because they're trying to clean everything up, it's they're just being over the top, and they're letting them be over the top. But it's one of those things where, like, we're seeing things that don't quite fit. Like people are opening up places where they want you to stand in line before you go in. I mean, what? It's like, this is like ghetto, So it's that kind of thing. But I think Detroit never really changes it that much. I mean, I just hope that they don't destroy the fiber of the people. Before, you had to be a certain kind of ilk to stay here. Oh. And now, you also, it's a two-edged sword. You gotta bring in money to make things better. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It sounds like you're going to be in Detroit no matter what happens.
You're about that, man.
You're a pillar.
It's a hard living, though, man. Like right now, it is like 23 degrees, and the wind chill is -1, whatever, and it's like November,
Mary, That is cold.
So it just blows, man. It's like this it's hard.
I hope I'm bringing a little sunshine to you through the phone from California.
Yes. I'm sitting in front of a heater, so it feels like I'm in California right now. I feel like I'm in Diego right now.
Where did the name Detroit Cobras come from?
It came from a shirt I was wearing at the time.
Oh, a shirt.
Yeah, because it was one of those things where, like, somebody says, hey, what should we call the band? And at the time, I was with my friend who could, like, this could take for days. And I thought, oh, no, we're not. And I just looked down, and I was wearing a shirt that said Detroit Cobras at the time. And I think it was a inner city league, because it was a really small shirt. It kind of looked like a little jersey, but, so I think it was like an inner city team. But there is a Detroit Cobras beer and shot hockey league team.
Oh.
Yeah, so, I've never gone to see them, though. I heard it's pretty brutal.
Wow.
You know what I mean by a beer and shot hockey league, right?
No, I think I want to keep my teeth.
It's like aging hockey guys,
Oh, wow.
that just beat up each other.
Huh. And I see you hung out with Peter Wolf on your Facebook. I saw pictures with you and Peter Wolf of the Jay Giles Band.
Yeah, we're supposed to do that show, and then my drummer is he plays in a band called Denny and the Darlings. They're really cool, and he's over in Europe, and then my other guitar player I think is in Germany. So and it was like a last minute thing. They asked us to do it like 1 week before. It was 2 sold out nights in Detroit, but Detroit loves Peter Wolf. I love Peter Wolf, so
I think I was in Nashville at a place called Noshville. It's like a deli, and I was there with my ex-wife, and I'm listening to this guy talking with this other guy. It was just 2 guys behind me, and I'm like, I think that's Peter Wolf because he kind of had that hat on.
So was it him?
I think it might have been because he was playing in town, so it could have been him. But I didn't say anything to him.
He's really nice.
Well, yeah, what's he like? He's nice?
Yeah, he's super, super nice. And he's tall, he's nice, and very, 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 very energetic, extremely energetic, and, he's really cool.
And both of you guys know a lot about music.
Yeah, no, he's man, when the first time I met him, he pulled out my CD and said, "Can you sign this?" And I'm like, "Damn, dude, you know way more than I do."
Oh, that's cool. And you own a lot of vinyl, I would imagine.
You know what? I'm a girl, so I know a lot of guys who own a lot of vinyl, who always make you mixtapes. That's a thing of the past, I think, though.
Oh, I have a bunch of mixtapes that I have a cassette player that hasn't died yet. Not in my car, but it's just one of these little portable ones, and I'll listen to it.
Well, you got. I mean, you've heard of Burger Records, right? Burger Records is out of California. It's out of outside of LA. Like I don't know what area that's called. Like I don't think it's Long Beach, but it's like outside of LA. And there's a label called Burger, like BU, hamburger.
Yeah.
And their whole thing was, and they got some decent bands, man. These all new young bands, but they do sound like California. There's definitely a different sound from California to the East Coast, but their whole thing was they were only putting out songs on cassettes. But then they found out that a lot of kids didn't know where to get cassettes from, and they had to go find cassettes to put in their cars because they wanted to listen while driving, But then now they do like vinyl, but their whole thing was only cassettes, and
they're from Fullerton.
Yes, that's where they're from. Yeah, Fullerton.
I'm glad something good came out of Fullerton.
There's a couple of bands that I like out of there, man.
Well, and now I want to ask you about the documentary that I saw you on your Facebook, where you talk about buying musical instruments.
Oh, that wasn't that. That was a little ad for some friends of mine who are trying to open up a store because, like, where I live, which is that's smack in Detroit, and there's a lot of musicians. We have never had a music store in the city that we can go to. We have to go out the city.
Really?
This has been going on for years. This has been going on for like 20 years, 30 years. And then we don't know where the kids from the university buy their things. We figure that there's a store inside of there, but we're not privy to it. But when people when you need something, like somebody will go, like, I'm going to the guitar store, and somebody will go, well, can you pick me up? Seriously, this is what we do. This is what we've been doing forever. There is not a single. I mean, in my neighborhood where I live right now, there's so many musicians that it's just psychotic. Okay, and then there's a couple of more neighborhoods around, because the living was pretty cheap all the time, and none of there's no somebody has to go to a guitar center, or somebody's got to go to and buy strings. Or like if you have somebody in a band that lives out there, they'll bring them into you. Yeah. We have never had a guitar store. It's the most idiotic thing you could imagine. So there's like, if you play like a place which is by my house called the Magic Stick, if you play there and you're a musician, you say, where is there a music store near here? They'll say, no, we have to send somebody to go get them for you. Like you have to actually physically leave the city to go get strings and picks and stuff like that.
That's terrible.
I mean, there's some stores there's some stores that try to accommodate people. Like there's Showtime Clothing. They're a clothing store, and they try to help the people by
selling
by providing some strings. But it wasn't. I mean, it's not like it's not like an instrument store. Now where you can't take your guitar to get fixed at the clothing store. and you know, you can't go buy